Welcome to the Plutonian Shore. My name is Roberto Alba, and today we're going to be talking about the chart. First off, I want to say that there's a couple of graphic representations of the chart that are most commonly used. One is the Vedic style, which is, I believe, a square and the houses are of triangular shape. Now, I'm not super versed or familiar with that style, so that's not the one that I use personally. The one that I use is going to be the Western style, and it's going to be the circular one that most people in the West are familiar with. So, having said that, let's begin. First off, we're going to say what is the chart? And the chart is the graphic representation of your personal astrological information and history. The chart is going to be graphically represented by a circle, which symbolizes the zodiacal wheel. It's going to be divided into 12 houses. Each house is going to be made out of 30 degrees, and each house is going to contain a sign of the zodiac. The chart is going to be split into four quadrants. It's going to be divided by two lines, a vertical and a horizontal one. The vertical line is going to be placed at the very top, and that placement is going to be called the midheaven. It's going to go straight to the bottom of the chart, and that spot is going to be called the lower heaven. The horizontal line is going to be called, and it's going to represent on the very left hand side, the ascendant, and to the far right part of the chart is going to be the point which is called the descendant. That division is going to create what it's going to create a cross, which is in astrology circles called the cardinal cross. Now, the cardinal cross and those points in the chart are of critical importance because they're going to tell you very specific and important parts of your personality and the way that you interact with the world. Any planets that are placed within the cardinal points of the chart are going to be of the most importance because they're going to be the ones that are going to be shaping your personality and the way that you approach the world and the way that others see you. There's a lot of information that it's revealed within the chart, and one basic point of information that I find very fascinating and that I want to share just to show you the interesting revelations that you can get from the chart. It's going to be what time of the day that you were born in. Just by looking at the chart, you can tell at what time of the day you were born in or a person was born in. The time of the day is going to be revealed by the placement of the sun within the chart. If the placement of the sun is going to be in between the ascendant and the midheaven, you were born in the morning. If the placement of the sun is going to be between the midheaven and the descendant, you were born in the afternoon. If you were born and the sun is placed between the descendant and the lower heaven, you were born at night, but before midnight. And if the placement of the sun is in the points between the descendant and the ascendant, I mean, between the lower heaven and the ascendant, you were born after midnight, but before the dawn. One thing that I encourage for people that want to get to know their chart is to familiarize themselves with it. If you can print it, and I'm gonna uh, give you tips on how to find a chart in a way and that you can print it and you can look at it. Um, because the chart is not going to be a piece of information that you're going to be able to discern in one viewing. You might get some insights of it from a first viewing, but truly it's going to take you a lifetime to understand the chart because the chart is very complicated and very nuanced. It's just like people. The your personality and your life is it's more nuanced and there's more to it than what you're gonna see on the surface. So the other reason why I'm going to encourage people to know their chart is because by looking at it, you're going to be more familiar with the placements that you have on your personal chart. Because as you navigate and you start looking into the astrology movements of the planets as they are on a day by day basis, by knowing your chart, you're going to be able to you're going to be able to understand uh, how the day by day movement of the planets affect you in your personal unique way. The placement of your chart is going to be a placement that is personal and that you're born in. And I encourage you to visualize it, to familiarize yourself with it, and to keep on learning from it. Because as I mentioned, the type of information that is contained within the chart, it's going to be very nuanced and very complicated. I wish that I could tell you that you're going to be able to figure out your chart by looking at it for 30 minutes. You're going to get some information out of it, but I promise you, the type of information that you're going to get out of your chart takes years for you to look at. Which, in a way, also makes it very exciting because you're never going to stop learning about your chart. Things are going to be revealed to yourself as you look at your chart because you are a person that it's constantly evolving and it's constantly changing. Although the chart is going to be revealing you the patterns that you have in your behavior and the reason why you have them. Um, and the chart is going to be revealing you the relationship that you have with yourself and with the universe. So, um, as we go deeper and deeper into the components of the chart, you are going to discover the secrets of your own personality. So, remember, we are learning the language of the stars because the stars live within us and we are made of them. And it's by learning the language of the stars that the stars get to know about themselves. Until next time, this is Roberto Alba, and this has been the Plutonian Shore.